Hello and welcome to another mod spotlight. This time I have light bridges and doors, which has a few cool new redstone items that allow you to create different forms of walls and walkways and such to get around. And yeah, let's just start with the gravity lift here. Pretty much you can set how much you want to do, so I'll just set that one to 5. I had it kind of reset on me sometimes, and this one's on 0. And if I walk on it, whee! Although be sure to land on a gravity lift. See, if I land on that one, I'm okay. But if I fall over here, ow. Okay, so that's pretty much how the gravity lift works. But as you saw when I died, it reset for some reason, but it's easy to change. So these are the items the mod adds. The gravity lift here, as you can see in Craft Guide, is crafted like this. It's not too hard to make, but you will need an ender pearl, and it also can be used just as a fall damage reducer if you want to. The light rail, which I'll show you in a second, is made like this, and it's very powerful for making minecart networks, although you still need powered rails. Then you have the light bridge, the light door, and the light barrier, which are all essentially the same thing, only the position of them are different. So you have the light bridge, the light door, and the light barrier. Now, just as a quick demonstration of them, here's the light bridge. You can power it by redstone, and by default, it will go for 50 blocks in any direction. But if there's a block in the way, it will stop and not continue on the other side. Here's the light barrier, which is on the sideways position. But besides that, it's pretty much the same. There is also an option, so if you run into a light door, and I think it also applies for barrier, you can take damage, but it's false by default. And here's the light door. Now, as you see, I have both of them here, but just powering one will power both. And as you see, it stops here for this one, but that one keeps going. So yeah, you can see it doesn't go through that block, and if I break it, it won't. But if I reset it, will. So yeah, that's the basics of how these items work. They're pretty cool if you want to make different barriers or walkways that you can turn on and off, kind of almost like a drawbridge kind of thing, spanning between different mountains or whatnot. Then there's the light rails, which are a lot like the light bridges, only they only work for mine carts, and by default they have half the range, only going up to 25 blocks and 50 at max. So if I fly over here, you can see I have the other one stationed here, and this is where you really get to see how cool this can be by suspending it. And yeah, you'll just see them connect, but you'll see it stops here. Now if I break this, you'll see it keeps going. So if I go in here and flick it again, now it continues the path. So make sure there's nothing blocking it beforehand, or else it could have a bit of an issue. Anyway, let's go for a little minecart ride to test out some of this stuff. Now, one thing that I did notice when building this little track is that the rails do count as a light source. So I think it will also apply to the bridges, but they'll act as a light source in dark areas, so that's another perk to having them. Although the rails do not give speed, so you will still need powered rails. And here's a little area I made to demonstrate all the different things working. So, as you see, just this one lever here will power all of these. This is the barrier instead of the door, because it goes to the side, and one lever as well. Although for the light bridge here, one lever would only power one. I couldn't get it so one would power all 3 of these, so I had to use a little redstone. Besides that, it's pretty much the same. And now if I jump down, ta-da, these will just break my impact and ta-da, down here. Anyway, that's it for this mod spotlight. Hopefully you enjoyed this mod, and yeah, I personally really am a big fan of it because I really like how they look and how they work, and the recipes are pretty balanced, so I think they're a very nice addition that fits well with the current redstone system and adds a very nice techie feel if you want to do something kind of futuristic spacey. They think these would go great with it. Well, hopefully you enjoyed, and until next time, goodbye.